on here, there are a lot of similar, there's a lot of products when people go on websites, so they come in store, they go, how do I decide which one to pick?
Okay.
Like, what would you say about your one that makes it unique?
Well, let me first say that there are a lot of fat burners out there, and some of them are fantastic for specific people. If you found a fat burner that works for you, that's great, but we're all different. The fat burner that works for me will be different to the fat burner that works for you and different for the fat burner that works for Jason. And so what we've got here is, you've heard of broad spectrum multivitamins. Well, this is a broad spectrum fat burner. So rather than having one big hit of, say, caffeine and pretty much nothing else, a massive stimulant dose, which is handy, it's got the stimulant factor here. It's also got, again, appetite suppressant, thyroid support, the white willow bark to make everything else work really, really well. So, I in fact had to write notes on how many things that this particular product does. Let me have a quick look. 4 specific thermo ingredients: green tea extract, guarana, bitter orange, and black pepper. The bitter orange is actually considered a replacement for ephedra now, which is banned in a lot of parts of the world. So 3 thyroid boosting activity ingredients, so coleus for skilly, and iodine, and Comifora mulmo. So they all funny words. Man. Look them up, but they boost your thyroid. How many people have come and said, I've got a slow thyroid, or
we get a lot.
Yeah, it's not the thyroid that's slow, it's the hamburger you're eating. So but when you diet, your body does slow your thyroid activity down, because what it's saying is, I'm in starvation mode. I need to preserve my energy and my fat levels. So it actually does happen if someone's dieting. The more successful you are at dieting, the harder it becomes. We can all knock off. You've seen someone start dieting. What happens in the first week? They lose, a ton of weight. Fantastic. It's the 3rd, 4th, and 5th week that suddenly it all stops.
What's that last little bit, though? So, everyone has the last tiny bit of body fat, or the little bit they want to finish up with. So. Yeah, well, it's I guess what we do then is we forget to look at ourselves the way we would have 5 or 6 weeks ago. Sometimes you're allowed to actually be happy and say, what, I've achieved something pretty darn good. I may not be, the next Brad Pitt or Armpit or, on the cover of Vogue, but hey, you're a hell of a lot healthier, you're better in shape. Everyone else is seeing it. You don't see it because you see yourself every day. But give yourself a break sometimes too. But when things start slowing down, getting a bit tougher, pick up a HydroxyBurn. Now, one of the other things I would say, guys, is one of the common things people come in is they want to start getting in shape and they jump straight into the hardcore fat burners like HydroxyBurn. I would actually say don't do it. You're hearing from a supplement guy say don't start on this product. Come in and use something like an L-carnitine tartrate, which is basically it's an amino acid, and it's teaching your body to release fat, to mobilize fat as a fuel source. I'll bring one up. There you go.
People who have been overweight for a long time, their body has lost the instruction to use fat as a fuel source. So once you do that, it makes it a lot easier further and further down the track. And when you hit a plateau and you hit a rough patch and things are tough, that's when you can introduce...
And you can stack them.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, because there isn't any L-carnitine in the HydroxyBurn Hardcore. So you're attacking your fat loss from 2 different approaches. So
this is awesome too. I love it. I always love these. Because if you do want to break as well from the stimulant, or you're training at night, you don't want to, be awake till 2 in the morning. You can still use this if you're doing a night cardio session. It's awesome.
Exactly. And because it's in a tartrate form, guys, you see a lot of L-carnitines out there, and they're in an acetate version, which is more of a mental stimulant than a fat burner. It still does have fat burning properties. The tartrate version is more of a fat mobilizer with mental stimulant properties. But as you say, not nearly as harsh as using a HydroxyBurn Pro, which has got a few stimulant activities in there, such as guarana, the green tea extract and so forth. And you don't want to be kept awake late at night if you've got to get up early in the morning. But if that's the time you've got to train, that's the time you've got to train. So yes.
And so we get a lot of customers coming in. Their main complaint about a fat burner is that it gives them the jitters or something like that. Would this product give someone the jitters?
Generally not. That can often be a massive dose of stimulation. So it might be a massive. There are products out there that are effectively a huge caffeine dose of up to 200 milligrams. That's like 2 strong coffees in one hit. You can go in and have 2 strong coffees and get the jitters. So no, the caffeine dosage in here is much lower. Rather than having one massive caffeine dose or one massive stimulant as a broad spectrum fat burner, it's got a bit of stimulant, yeah, it's got a bit of fat burning, yeah, it's got a bit of mobilization, thyroid activity, metabolism support, carb blocking, and appetite suppressant, all in one.
Cool. So you're taking it from lots of different angles.
Because again, as I said, what works for me won't necessarily be what works for you. You may get phenomenally ripped on a stimulant. It might do nothing for me. It might start to do something for me, but then not do something for me. But we approach it in many different ways.
Cool. And dosing.
Dosing. Well, as it says on here, just 3 capsules twice a day. You don't need to go all out and take the 6 a day. That can obviously create that stimulant type effect because the amount of dosage stimulated in here is based on taking the recommended serving size. Something else you can do, if you find that a little bit rough, actually cut it back but spread it out. So instead of saying taking 3 capsules twice a day, 2 capsules 3 times a day.
Or have it with some food. Some people find if it's just too much. They say empty stomach because it'll make it work a bit better or a bit stronger feeling. But if you want it less feeling, then have it with your meal.
I'll give you a really cool tip too. If you really want to get cut, and believe me, I get very, very lean when I diet down for a show. I get down just over the 3% body mark, body fat. Take this, about 5 minutes before you start on an empty stomach with a good glass of water to help with that stomach irritation. You can go for a walk in the morning. Your first 5 minutes, knock it out really, really hard. It is hard to get moving. And then
those will get you moving.
Yeah, then you coast along, and you've got very, very low carbs or very low muscle glycogen levels, so your body's going to look for a fat as a fuel source. We've got products in here that are going to give you fat mobilization and stimulant, so you're going to be kicking along. You'll be awake in no time. You'll be burning fat really, really, really fast as well.
Good way to start the day,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sweet. Thanks, Mike.
Cool.
See you all next time.
Thanks for watching, guys.